Yes, good morning, students. Today is the eighth part of this chapter, breathing and exchange of gases, and the main content that we will cover in this lecture, the control of respiration, how the respiration is controlled in our body, or how the brain will help in controlling the respiration rate. So, first is carbon monoxide poisoning. As the name suggests, if we inhale carbon monoxide in our body, then this carbon monoxide will combine with the hemoglobin and it will create poisoning in our body. So hemoglobin has 250 times more affinity for carbon monoxide, means hemoglobin bind more actively with carbon monoxide than that of oxygen. In presence of carbon monoxide, it will combine to form carboxyhemoglobin. It will form carboxyhemoglobin. If carbon monoxide bind with hemoglobin and it form carboxyhemoglobin, then the oxygen binding capacity will decrease. The hemoglobin will not bind with the hemoglobin will not bind with the oxygen. It will bind with the carbon monoxide because carbon monoxide is more show more affinity for hemoglobin, and if this carbon monoxide you can say amount will increase more, then it will lead to death. It will lead to death. So what is the treatment? If a person has symptom of carbon monoxide poisoning, then it will be administered with pure oxygen carbon dioxide mixture. Means the person will be on ventilator and it will provided with the carbon dioxide and oxygen mixture having a very high oxygen level, so that carbon monoxide will remove from the body. Carbon monoxide main causes are poisoning main causes are when we you can say close the room and we use the burner, or you can say we use the coal. We can use the coal for heating as a room heater. Then it will release the coal will release carbon monoxide in the environment, and this carbon monoxide, if the room is closed, then carbon monoxide may enter in my body. Now, how the respiration is controlled? Respiration is controlled by two mechanisms in our body. First is neural, second is chemical. In neural control, there are two main centers present in brain: medulla portion and pons portion. These medulla and pons will control the respiration rate. It consists of three portions: dorsal respiratory group, ventral respiratory group, and pneumotoxic center. Dorsal respiratory group is located in the dorsal portion of medulla. Medulla is the part of brain, and it mainly, the function of dorsal respiratory group is to mainly cause inspiration, and ventral respiratory group will cause inspiration and expiration. And the position of ventral respiratory group, it is located in the ventral portion of medulla, and pneumotoxic is the portion that is located in the dorsal part of pons, and it mainly limits the inspiration. Limits the inspiration means how in how much amount we intake air. This is the limit inspiration, pneumotoxic center. So these are three: dorsal group, ventral group, and pneumotoxic group, pneumotoxic center, that control the respiration, inspiration and expiration both. This is the respiration control system given here. This is pons area. This is dorsal respiratory group, then ventral respiratory group, then medulla portion, and this all dorsal, ventral, and medulla portion will target on the intercostal muscles. Will target on the intercostal muscles present in between the ribs. In between the ribs. Suppose we want to increase respiration rate, so this brain portion will give message to the ribs portion, rib muscles area, and ribs muscles start contraction and relaxation. So if they start contraction and relaxation, so the so the respiration rate will also increase. Ribs will move outward, upward, inward, downward. So these changes will lead to increase in the breathing rate. Next, what are the chemical method for controlling the respiration or breathing? Chemoreceptors are located in the carotid and aortic bodies. There are two types of receptor present: carotid and aortic bodies. Afferent nerves arises from carotid body. Afferent nerve. There are two type of nerve, afferent or efferent. Afferent will take the message towards the CNS, and efferent will take the message away from the CNS. So afferent nerve of the carotid body will pass the message to the dorsal respiratory area, and efferent nerve will pass the message to the dorsal respiratory area. If the amount of carbon dioxide will increase, then it will stimulate. If the carbon dioxide amount in my body get increased, then it stimulate my respiratory portion brain area. Mainly it will target on the pons medulla area, and it will then the brain will give a message to the body parts, and it will lead to you can say increasing the pressure or increasing the muscle contraction, so that the breathing rate get increased. And increased CO2 lowers the pH, resulting in acidosis. Means if the carbon dioxide amount increase, then it will create the decrease in the pH in our blood, and it will create acidic condition in our blood. So I am again repeating, these nerve fiber sense, these nerve fibers, afferent efferent nerve fiber will sense the change in the carbon dioxide in the body. If the carbon dioxide get increased, then it stimulate the respiratory area, and this respiratory area will give message to the you can say ribs area, and the respiration rate get increased suddenly. Yes, here if there is decreased ventilation, means if the amount of oxygen is decreased, then the partial pressure of carbon dioxide increase. Partial pressure of carbon dioxide increase, then the blood pH will decrease. If the blood pH get decreased, then the chemoreceptor, in the previous slide this is discussed, the chemoreceptor start in functional, and through sensory neuron it will give message to the respiratory center in the brain portion, medulla portion, and this medulla portion will stimulate the motor neuron, and then this neuron will target the respiratory muscles, and then the respiration rate will get increased. So how this is the flow chart by which the respiration get you can say controlled. I am again repeating, if there is less amount of oxygen or less if there is suffocation, so carbon dioxide amount increase in our blood, and this blood carbon dioxide will detect by the chemoreceptor, and then this chemoreceptor will give the message to the brain, and brain will start increasing the respiratory muscles rate, and the respiration rate get increased. So this is all about in today's lecture. Thank you.